Two big things that are really important if you want to memorize large portions of scripture are endurance and repetition. You can't expect it all to just kind of click, and I think that's what a lot of people find if they try to just memorize and they kind of quit after a few days or just like, well, I can't do it. Well, everybody can do it if you're willing to put in the time, the effort, the endurance, and your brain can memorize anything really. If you repeat it enough, if you never give up, and if you continue on pressing on, then you will get it. And no portion of scripture is not memorizable. I'd say everybody has their own style of how they are going to memorize something and what ends up working for them. For me personally, I often like to review my scripture online a little bit, maybe type it a few times with prompts before I actually sit down and try to recite it. And then oftentimes when I recite, I'll just commit to doing something like 14 verses a night, or half a chapter typically, maybe a third of a chapter if it's a long chapter. And then I'll just sit down and I will work at it until I'm able to recite maybe 7 out of those 14 verses, and I'll keep doing that till I get that right. And then I'll sit down and recite the last half of whatever I'm going to memorize that night, and then I'll put it all together, and I'll keep reviewing that whole entire section until I'm able to say it all the way through without looking at it first after not having seen it for a day or so. So that's the system that's typically worked for me, although there's a lot of different ways you can adapt that and make it work best for you, because there are as many different ways to memorize scripture as there are different people out there.